Hi guys, it's Avalon here and welcome back to Simply Avalon. As you can tell from the title down there, today is going to be a junior advice video and I am so excited for it because in my opinion, junior year, while one of the hardest years, was the most fun and the best year of high school. At least for me, it for sure was. I know some of my friends will say that senior year was the best, but I'm sorry. People just take junior year for granted, and I'm probably gonna be one of the only people who say this. But junior year, I mean, you just have so many different things, like junior prom, obviously homecoming's a bit of a bigger deal. There's just so many opportunities for leadership and also for fun since you're also getting to learn how to drive. There's just, junior year's the best. And that's why I also wanna give you guys advice to make sure that you have the best year possible. Before I get started though, I want to go ahead and say that I have a notebook in front of me. So when I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So first thing first, I think the most important thing that you can have under your belt by the end of junior year is the ACT or SAT score that you want. And the reason why I say that you want is because not everybody is looking to go to the Ivy League school. You don't all have to have a 36 on the ACT to be competitive at the school that you would like to go to. That said, it's obviously nice to have a 36. I know like for my state school, if you have a 36, not only is it a full ride, but they also pay room and board for like your first 2 years and they give you a study abroad like credit. So like, it's a pretty nice deal. That said, do the studying now. I know for me, my junior year, I was taking pre-calculus, meaning I was taking the last math class necessary to be able to know how to do, or supposedly know how to do, all of the math on the ACT. And that is really important because it means that this is the year that you should actually do much better. Your score should reflect the learning that you've learned. It also is the time for, if you aren't getting the score that you want, maybe it's time to look into a tutor. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, I don't have tutor money.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But stick with me here. If you have the money to be paying for the ACT test, which rises in price each year, then instead of going and taking the test over and over again, take the money that you would have taken to do the next 3 tests, save it, and get yourself a tutor, do like a couple of sessions, and I promise you, your new score will reflect it. Tutoring probably was the best thing that helped me, mostly because it forced me to study in an efficient way. Definitely get yourself a tutor if you can afford it, and make sure you get that ACT score or SAT score, because you do not want to wait until your senior year to have the score that you need. I will repeat that again. Do not wait until your senior year to take the ACT or SAT to get the score that would make you competitive at the colleges you're interested in. If you wait till the senior year, firstly, you're not going to have that many dates that your colleges will accept. And secondly, with all the scholarship applications and college applications that you will be doing, you will not have the time to study, especially on top of your school life. I'm just going to be 100% honest. If you want to have a life senior year, do not wait. Even take it over to summer. Actually, I found that was one of the best things I could have done is because I didn't have to focus on school at that time. I could just say, here we are, and this is what I'm going to be doing for the next month. Let's take the ACT, forget about it, and hope for the best. Anyway, on top of that, I would also say to make sure that when you're picking out courses and taking classes, to keep the rigor up. Colleges are going to want to see that you took the hardest classes at your school. And not only that you took the hardest ones, but that you succeeded at the classes that you took. Now, that said, if your school does not offer AP/IB, don't worry about it. Your counselor will actually send the course list to the college, and they will know that. They will not ding you for not being able to take AP/IB. That said, that also goes to the reverse. If you have AP and IB classes offered, then you should probably take those classes. If you're on the IB track, try and make sure that you get your IB diploma. Although, the school will not see whether you actually got it. They just will see that you took the classes because you don't get that diploma until you graduate, and you would have already known your college by then. But I digress. Stay on track and make sure your time management is on 100 because that is what's gonna help you have a social life, but also do well in these harder classes. Because that's also going to impress colleges. Because in All fairness, this is probably the last grades that they will see, so you're going to want to make sure that these are the grades that you are proud of and that these grades will get you in. Because if you actually apply regular decision in the fall, which honestly don't even worry about this because you're just a junior, but let's just say that you do, the last grades that they will see are your first semester of your senior year. If you apply anywhere early, the last grades that they will see are your junior year grades. So your grades are important. Do not let anybody tell you that junior year does not matter, because it 100% does. That said, I'd also say that this is the time to go ahead and consult your counselor and make sure that you're on track for graduation. You would be surprised at the number of students who didn't realize that they needed a PE credit or that they needed to take speech class or something random like that, and that can be the difference in you graduating on time. And also, that's a great time to check out your GPA in case you don't already know it, and make sure that, hey, if you want to be in the running for valedictorian salute, that you stay on track of things. And also make sure that you are competitive for the schools that you're interested in. Now, your GPA is not everything, so do not let a counselor tell you that just because you have a 3.8, 3.7 out of a 4.0 that you're not going to get anywhere. Like, firstly, that's wrong. And secondly, it all depends on the story that you craft. But that will be in my senior advice video, and you guys can check it out here at the eye. It'll be posted next week. Anyway, as I was saying, now's also the time to just kind of like build a relationship with your counselor and also build better relationships with your teachers, because you never know who you're going to want to ask for recommendations next year when it's your senior year. So you want to go ahead and make sure that those relationships have been built from now, because you want those counselors and your teachers to write the best recommendation that they can to get you into your college, well, your choice college. So I just say that's something that you should be thinking about now, if not even earlier. But since you are a junior probably watching this video, then think about it now and make sure you have that in your head. Continuing along those lines, now's also the time to start looking at scholarships. Like I said before, college is expensive, and most scholarships will actually accept applications from juniors and seniors, and then also college freshmen. So you can go ahead and enter some scholarships, not the really big ones, but some of the smaller ones which add up. So go ahead and start scoping them out, and also you can look at some of the big scholarships and look at what they look for in applicants, so you can already start to mold yourself into what they want and hopefully have a better chance at winning those scholarships. With that, if you're going to go ahead and start applying for scholarships, it's really important to already have a resume made. I'm not sure, I don't have a video about that, but if you guys would like to see mine, just comment down below and I can make a video about it, because it's, in my opinion, the best thing that you can do when you are a junior and you already have some things under your belt extracurricular wise. I know I actually included that in my freshman and sophomore advice to already have started a resume, but this kind of just falls along those lines to make sure that you have everything written down so there's no chance that you would forget anything that you have done. While we're also on the topic of extracurriculars, I'd also say to, if you haven't already, weed down what you're doing to the things that you like the most. So in the things that you decide to keep doing extracurricular-wise, try and reach for some leadership positions and really try to make your mark on the organizations that you truly have enjoyed being a part of. Don't just try and do something in everything. I know it sounds like something that would look really, really nice, but it's going to wear you out. And especially since I've already told you to take the hardest classes that you can, you have to make sure time management wise that you are allotting the right amount of time for everything, and that you're still giving yourself enough time to relax and have fun, because like I said, junior year can be the best year of your life if you make it that way. The next thing that I have is go to college events. I know with the high school that I went to, a lot of different college reps would come in from different schools, and that gives you the chance to grow acquainted with your college rep. Because I don't know if you know about the college application process, but these representatives for your state are the first ones to read your application and decide, hey, we're gonna send this one on and see whether they get admitted, or no, we don't even need to waste time and continue to look at their application further. They can also give you a great idea of what it'll be like to be a part of their college's student body. They want to get to know you. They want to actually advocate for why you should get into the school. And you can explain your story to them while they're there, which brings me to my last point. The biggest thing that you're gonna have to do your senior year is craft a story for your application. But I find that that can be very overwhelming for seniors to do. But now that you are a junior, it's a very good time to go ahead and think about, how do I want to frame my story? This doesn't mean like I'm gonna go ahead and start writing my college essays. Do not do that. There's no point. No reason to do that super early. But this is a time to think, hey, what makes me tick? What makes me me? Why am I on this earth? What is my purpose? What do I want to do when I grow up? Why do I like the things that I like? All of these questions, which may seem kind of big, you could go ahead and start and think about them now, because your essays will be along the lines of those questions. And your essays should reflect your personality. Now, on to the fun ones that are outside of school. I'm sorry, I just had to have all of those in there because I think junior year is super important, and it's like a pivotal point in your high school career. But go to homecoming and go to football games. I'd say that some of like the most fun things that I had to do over my junior year was actually going to homecoming, going to junior prom, and also hanging out with my friends since I could finally drive. This is your second to last year with these people. Have fun while you still can, because senior year will hit you like a truck. I'm telling you, it will. So, besides that, I'd also say to enjoy the time while you have it. Do not take this time for granted, because it will go by faster than you know. And I hope you guys have the greatest junior year ever. And yeah, if you have any questions for me, just leave them down below. People know by now that I definitely comment back. Maybe not immediately, but I do comment back. And I think that's all I have for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!